Hey, friends. So, a lot of you have probably heard me say this, but there's only 5 reasons that kids misbehave. And one of them is when there's an unmet physical need. And so, this could be that they're tired, dehydrated, or not getting the proper nutrients that they need. And if they don't have the proper nutrients that they need, then they don't have, their brain doesn't have what it needs to make the right decisions. So if you are catching me live, go ahead and comment hi. So I know you can hear me. I'm using a new microphone. If you're catching the replay, comment replay so that I know you're able to join us. If we haven't met yet, my name is Melissa Corkum. I'm a parent coach bringing you brain-based solutions to challenging behaviors so that you can laugh more and yell less. I blog at thecorkboardonline.com and I co-host the Adoption Connection podcast. And if you are watching this replay on Instagram or on YouTube, I would invite you to join us in our free private Facebook community, all about supporting you as you parent children with challenging behaviors. And so you can join us by just going to thecorkboardonline.com/Facebook, and the link is right there. We would love to have you join in the conversation. So the tricky thing about helping our kids get proper nutrition is that we can often find ourselves in this control battle. Once we learn about the importance of the connection between the gut and the brain and mental health, we're so desperate for answers that we think, oh, if my kid would just eat this thing, or we could just, get rid of this food intolerance, or if we could just solve this gut issue, then all the things would be better. And so then we kind of get frantic. And then so we get really, really excited about getting our kids to try these new things. And then enters the control battle, because after all, you cannot force your child to eat something that they don't want to, right? I mean, we can influence, we can cajole, we can bribe, but at the end of the day, this is one area where they really have a lot of control. So I wanted to share with you today 3 tried and true ways that we use in our family to prioritize nutrition, because I think it's really, really important. I have a background in health coaching, and I understand the importance, but we have to weigh that with this idea of, how much our kids can handle and which control battles we don't want to fight. Okay, so the first one, and this is probably the biggest one, I'm going to spend the most time here, is get sneaky. So take what your child is already eating, even if it's terrible, and try to boost the nutrition of those things. Some of you may remember this book from years ago called The Sneaky Chef. A lot of the things that she talks about in this book are a little time consuming, but the concept is brilliant. And if you plan it right, or if you have the time and energy to really put into kind of making your own purees and using her recipes, there's a lot of great things in there. But I wanted to give you kind of some hacks and some takeaways that I remember when I was reading the book. So even if your kid only eats SpaghettiOs, right, which are so gross. I used to eat them as a kid, but I can't now. I don't understand how. You can do something simple by even just adding a tablespoon of pureed carrot baby food. And baby food is a great hack for purees because it's minimally processed and it doesn't take a ton of work from you. And I know a tablespoon in a whole can of SpaghettiOs doesn't seem like much, but it's better than nothing. And you don't want to add so much goodness that your kid notices, right? You want to be able to be a little sneaky about it. Another hack is brownies. What kid doesn't like brownies, right? You can do all kinds of things with brownies. You can add pureed dark fruits like blueberries. You can add pureed spinach. So the brownies are so dark that they're not even going to notice. You can add protein with pureed black beans. Okay. Another thing that I love to do, and this one's kind of gross, but you get either free-range chicken livers or grass-fed beef livers. We often will buy a whole half a cow butchered, and it usually comes with all of the organ meat. And I have tried liver in every way possible, and I do not like it. And I want to like it because I know it has so many great nutrients going on, and especially iron. But one thing you can do is you can put it in your food processor or your blender, and blend it all up. I know, super, super gross. But then you pour it into ice cube trays, and then you can pop an ice cube or two of frozen pureed liver into any ground meat that you're making. So our family likes tacos a lot, so we'll do ground meat for tacos. When you put that, one or two little ice cubes of ground liver in, and then all the other seasonings, no one ever notices. We eat a lot of meat sauce on pasta and lasagna and things like that. I can hide it in there, easy peasy, no problem. Chili, easy peasy, no problem. Okay, other places to hide things. I would suggest getting a really good protein powder. This one's a chocolate one. It's brand new from doTERRA, from their new nutrition line. We taste tested it this weekend. Absolutely amazing. Even my pickiest eaters really liked it. You can pack protein into milkshakes, right? What kid doesn't love a milkshake? I have a kid who literally subsists on vanilla milkshakes right now, and he's one of my older teens. So, you could put a vanilla protein powder if your kid likes vanilla ice cream. Smoothies. A lot of kids love smoothies. So if you can make a smoothie fun and add some extra nutrition in there, do it. You can also hide fiber powders in things like oatmeal, even cookies, like chocolate chip cookies, and pancakes. A little scoop in there, no one will ever know. So if you are a sneaky chef and you are able to hide things in your kids' meals, go ahead in the comments of this video and share with us your best ideas, because I feel like this is one of those things where we can come together as a community and use the power of multiple brains together. Second, give choices and shared control. We talk about this in a lot of other areas of parenting. Food's another one, and it seems counterintuitive. But if you give up some control in the area of food, your child is actually more likely to try new things. I'm a big fan of Ellen Satter's division of feeding responsibilities. She talks about in her book, but it's also actually outlined on her website at ellensatterinstitute.com, and it's SATTER. And one parent writes, after going through her program, "My son is cautious in all things, and offering him new foods wasn't much fun at first. If I'm careful not to push him, however, I have found he ever so slowly pushes himself along to learn to like new foods. And he is so proud of himself when he tries something new." So again, I know it's counterintuitive, but giving up some of that control over food will allow our children to try new things, especially if they know that they won't be made to finish everything on their plate. If it's something new, if they can just try a little tiny bit and say, "Oh, that's great," or "No, thank you, I'd rather not finish it," then they're more likely to try. If they think they're gonna get stuck into finishing something new that they don't like, they're really not gonna try new things. Oddly, this works for reading books too. Okay, and then lastly, supplementation. So even if your child is a rock star eater and ate the entire food pyramid at every meal, they would probably still benefit from a whole food-based supplement. Our current soil conditions and modern eating habits make it almost impossible to get everything that we need in our bodies through just food. So there are a ton of misconceptions out there about supplements. There's a lot of contradicting advice about what's good for us and our kids. And so we were talking about this in our community at the end of last year. And I asked you guys, is this something that you would like some guidance on? And there was a resounding yes. So I have great news for you. I am bringing in a guest expert to one of our group calls. It'll happen next week on Thursday. And I am bringing in Courtney Perret, and she's a naturopathic doctor and holistic anxiety coach. And so she'll be coming on and talking about the top 3 supplements that she thinks your entire family should be on. And she'll give the science behind that and why. And then she'll also be fielding all of your questions about supplementation. So we're going to do that meeting on Zoom so you guys can get the most interaction with her. And you can RSVP for that and any of our upcoming behavior Q&As or group sessions at thecorkboardonline.com/group. Again, I'm dropping a link right here. It's pretty simple. Just go ahead and type it into your browser. And all of our group sessions are available to you at whatever donation or amount that you are able to pay, even just $1. So go ahead there and sign up for our upcoming session with Dr. Courtney next week, Thursday. Let me double check my calendar. I think it will be at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I know that's a little early for my West Coast folks. If you go ahead and RSVP, even if you can't make it live, you can go ahead and submit your question ahead of time. We'll make sure we cover it, and then we'll send out a recording to you. All right, guys. If no one has told you lately, remember you're a good parent and you're doing good work. Talk to you soon.